Hello, I'm Darren Rovell from the Action Network, and it is another 5 and 5 presented by BetMGM, where we give you 5 picks in 5 minutes. And when I say we, I mean me and Chris Raybon. Chris, we were all ones last week. I was 1-1. You were 1-1-1. You prevailed on the Panthers +2. I prevailed in amazing fashion as 73 points were scored in the Green Bay Philly game. That was listen, when I take an over, I take an over. So through 12 weeks, I'm 11-13, amazingly, after starting the season 0-6. And Chris is 19-15-2. What do you have to say about that, Raybon?
I got to keep winning, man. These pushes are driving me nuts.
Yeah, that Packers push got you. Okay, a reminder, you could tail all our picks or fade me for free thanks to our sponsor BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. They have a great offer for new users. Use the code ACTION and you'll get a completely risk-free bet up to $1,000 action when you sign up to BetMGM. Let's get to work for week 13. Chris, start us off.
Starting with the Giants Commanders under 40.5. Washington has a top 5 run defense, which is what you need to stop Saquon Barkley. And the Giants don't have much on offense outside of Saquon. Both teams playing at a slow pace. And Washington is running over 50% of the time with Taylor Heineke under center. When Carson Wentz was the starting quarterback, they were running only 1/3 of the time. So a lot more run heavy. Outdoor divisional unders are 71% this year and 61% since the start of last season. And Daniel Jones unders at home, 18-7.
Yeah, I like that. I'm always concerned about 40.5 with the key number of 41. So I would probably pay a little bit more to get 41.5. I'm going to go with, for mine, I'm going to go with Tennessee first half, Eagles win, plus 550 at BetMGM. Listen, Tennessee is not scoring that many points. I think they're 26th in the league, 19 points per game. Philly, 27, a little bit warped by their great games. But when Tennessee does score, they score in the first half. They're 9-2 against the spread in the first half, tying the Jets this year as the league best. So I like Tennessee to lead this game into the half. But I do like Philly to win, and I love that fat line for me.
I didn't know we could take exotics. You're going
Welcome to week
off
13,
the map,
baby. Welcome
off the map, Rovell. Come on, man. I'm gonna stick with this game though. I'm taking Tennessee and the points here, plus 5.5. Tennessee does two things really well. They run and they stop the run, and that's what you need to hang with Philly. And we've seen Philly's run defense struggle, and look at Philly in their first 7 games, a plus 11 point differential. Their last 4 games, just a plus 2.3. So they're winning a lot closer even when they do win. And since Mike Vrabel became the Titans head coach, 21-7 against the spread when they're an underdog by 3 points or more, covering by an average of over a touchdown per game.
Yeah, maybe what gets me is that the Titans run away and win the whole thing. That could hurt my pick. All right, I'm going with a alt under here, Chris. I'm going with 40. I'm taking 48.5. It'll get me down to like minus 135 in the Cleveland-Houston game. I just love this game as a disappointing game for Deshaun Watson coming back against his Texans. Just think he's going to be a little bit rusty. Houston's nothing special. I think this game is going to go way under, but I don't know. I kind of get a little bit more comfortable if I push back the number a little bit, buy some more. 48.5, take the alt, minus 135 at BetMGM. Chris?
You're afraid of that 24-23 push, I see.
Yes, yeah. Well, I actually didn't go to Scoregami to see how many times that hit, but.
I'm going to close it up with the Detroit Lions home underdogs +1 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Listen, the Jaguars had a great win last week against Baltimore, but now they're favorites on the road against a comparable team that's actually better than them across the board.
Seems wrong. Yes,
in DVOA. Listen, Detroit loves to blitz. They blitz at a top 5 rate. Trevor Lawrence, 30th in yards per attempt against the blitz, bottom of the league in almost every metric you look at against the blitz. And the Lions, only 18 points a game on the road, losing by a touchdown a game, but at home they have a positive point differential and they score over 30 points per game. So give me Detroit.
Yeah, that's one of those where I'm scratching my head and I know what last week is and I know what recency bias is, but that does not seem right. I'm on Detroit as well. All right, that's going to do it for week 13. We'll be back the same time next week for 5 and 5 presented by BetMGM. And make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube so that you never miss an episode of this show. For Chris Raybon, I'm Darren Rovell. Good luck with your picks this week.